guys, it's Nicole from Gray Rose Games. I am excited to share with you tips that you can use today to make a strong and profound connection to your tarot deck. Whether you're using the one that I created or another one, these tips will work for you so that you can develop a useful, actionable, insightful connection to your tarot deck. So, number one, consecrate your deck if it feels right to you. That's just a blessing, basically. You're inviting the cards to act as your personal tool, your bridge between your conscious and your subconscious, your guide to listening to that inner wisdom inside you, the all-knowing part of you that is connected to the universe and to your higher power that will always tell you the right thing, not necessarily what you want to hear. So consecrating the deck would be my number one tip. Admiration. It's super important that you admire every single card in the deck. Lay them out in a fan. Look at every single card. If you appreciate them, if you look into the symbolism inside the art, you're going to build a much stronger connection to your tarot deck. Meditation. Tip 3, meditate with each card or a card that particularly speaks to you. If you have big Empress energy, pull out that card and look at it and look at the symbolism in it and see what it is that speaks to you about it. Being able to visually meditate by looking at the colors and the pictures is going to draw you into the story as if the characters inside the deck are telling you information you absolutely need to know. An oldie but a goodie is to sleep with your tarot deck near you. You can put it in a nightstand or you can put it directly under your pillow. If you're using my deck, of course, it comes with a tarot card bag. You can put the cards in the bag and have them protected under your pillow if you like. You can leave them in the box, you can take them out of the box, you can just spread them in a fan near your head. Anywhere that is close to where you're sleeping will allow them to connect to your dreams, to your subconscious. So it is a great way to connect to your tarot deck. This should go without saying, but you should read the Little White Book, the LWB. That is going to have some messages and some information that is going to speak to you. So definitely consult the book, but don't be penned in by it. Your higher power, your intuition is going to speak to you and deliver messages that are important to you. And while every creator of a tarot deck wants to channel a message that is universal and connects us all, also your intuition is going to deliver personalized messages. And I personally think you should always trust your intuition over the Little White Book. You want to cleanse your cards, and that's just going to move out the old stagnant energies, particularly if you were very, very emotional when you did a reading. I will like to cleanse the cards after that to just sweep that out of the way so that it is not part of my experience. It's important to me to regularly cleanse my cards, and you can do that in the manner that speaks to you. But an easy way, if you're not sensitive to smoke, is to simply smudge them with sage, and that can help clear out that energy. But I am going to do an additional video on cleaning and clearing cards. Charge your cards. So if you want to charge your cards, one of the ways that you can do that is to place them in bright sunlight and let them just soak up that vitamin D. As long as they're in a protected space, you don't want to do it outside on the ground, for example, at least not if you intend to leave them there for any length of time. But if you're picnicking on a blanket, that's fine. But you can do it inside your house on a nice, dry, safe windowsill and just let them soak up the vital energy of the sun. That will really supercharge your deck. Of course, you can sort your cards. Handling them in and of itself builds a connection, but so does sorting. So you can sort the major arcana, and you can go from 0, the Fool, to 21, the World, and you can do that with suits as well. In my particular deck, I sorted my deck according to the elements. So Wands is fire, and we have Cups, which is water, and we have Swords, which is air, and we end with Pentacles, that is earth. And that is the traditional assortment from the elements according to their weight. So the alchemist theory was that each element had a specific weight. For example, air was considered to be heavier than fire and heavier than water. Fire always goes up. It was considered the lightest element. Water rains down. That is heavier than fire. Air goes across, so that was next, and finally ending in earth. So that is the sorting order. Look at each suit, look at the cards from beginning to end. Is there something that you can notice specifically as you're sorting, as you're appreciating about those cards? I think it's incredibly important that you interview your deck. You want to ask it, what is it? What special kind of message do you have that would be good for me? You can do a very simple 1-card pull. You can do 3 cards. You can do more. But is there special wisdom you as a deck have to deliver to me? Ask it. Interview the deck in that way. Again, I'm going to do a deep dive on interviewing a deck, but that is a great way to connect and build an emotional response to your cards. And finally, you want to journal. It's so important to write down your messages so that you can look back on them later, because sometimes in the heat of the moment when you're asking things, the information you receive through them isn't always straightforward. Sometimes it needs to sit and percolate in your mind till you can make the connections, especially if the message is very supercharged with emotion. Sometimes you need to think about it to really get the most out of it. So journaling is super helpful. I hope this really makes you have a great connection with your deck. If you want to see the cards that I personally produced, hop over to grayrosegames.com. The Nicole Dominique Johnson Tarot deck is the deck that I both authored and illustrated, which I hope you enjoy. But if you have another deck that you like, definitely use this. These tips will work with anything. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please, please, girlfriend, please hit that bell for notifications so that you are notified every time I produce a new video. As always, have a wonderful day and enjoy your time on this earth. Thank you so much. Ciao.